but you don't want to be depressed and ambitious at the same time. Feels like an oxymoron because it is. It feels like, wow, okay, I want to achieve so much, but I also don't want to do anything. The best thing that I have learned that has helped this journey is learning, and then I have to go to work. You suffer from depression, but you also suffer from not getting anything done because of your depression, because you're so ambitious and you're anxious to advance, but you're also just so depressed and low. This video is for you. I usually script out my videos, or at least outline them in some way, but I just feel like I was just randomly feeling so down before this Mercury retrograde. So it's not Mercury retrograde. It's not Mercury retrograde that's making me feel this way. I think mainly and ideally it is a phenomenon that other people experience. I feel like I'm in denial of being in depression because I am still very high functioning. I am going to work. I'm doing, my art. As you guys can see, I'm putting out videos. I'm also filming behind the scenes. I'm also going to social gatherings behind the scenes. But sometimes I sleep for 14 hours, or it takes me forever to get up out of bed, or I don't get out of bed and I will take my work laptop right into bed with me. Yeah, that happens a lot actually. As an ambitious overachiever type of person, having depression feels so crippling. Being depressed is already crippling, but then having your brain be like, well, yeah, we know it's sad, but that's life. You gotta get up. You gotta go do something. What are you doing? Time is money. Time is of the essence. You're young. You're supposed to get this much done. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to be going to this place. You're supposed to go whatever. And it's just like my mind is just all over the place. And as well as my emotions, it's been so debilitating to feel this level of ambition and drive and be this anxious to advance and feel like you can't. I make this whole list of things that I have to do like the night before. I even put out my clothes the night before. I write down everything I have to do the next day. And I'm like, okay, tomorrow's going to be the day. Tomorrow I'm going to get out of bed right on time. I'm not going to stop my alarm. I'm going to do this. It's going to be perfect. And then somewhere between making that goal or making the list and going to sleep, it just all gets lost. As soon as I wake up, I just feel so horrible. And it's just kind of like, all right, well, I guess I'm not going to the gym today because I don't feel like it. Even though I did force myself a lot of times in the form of discipline, I have actually learned how to discipline myself, and that's how I was able to get out of this depression rut being an overachiever. But we're going to talk about that a little later. I kind of fluctuate. Like sometimes, like I just mentioned, I would be disciplined enough to go despite not having any motivation because I built up that muscle of discipline. But other times, I don't know what it is, and I just feel like I'm actually gonna lay in bed till 1 o'clock today. I don't know how to really navigate that. I've also looked at the reasons why I feel this way or the reasons why I do this, and it's because I have gone through a lot mentally and emotionally, even physically in the last 6 months. A lot of it pertains to relationships, and this includes all types of relationships: romantic, platonic, and family relationships. I have suffered, for lack of a better word, mentally and emotionally in these spaces, and me living alone does not help. Okay, at least when I was kind of depressed and I had a roommate or I was living with a partner, I was able to be kind of nudged by someone else, be like, hey, let's go do this or let's do that, or someone to talk to. I do have people that I can call or text to talk to, but it's really not the same, right? They don't live here. Most of the people that I talk to on the phone don't really live here. A lot of them are people that I found community within, like, the internet. And it's not to say I don't have any friends where I live. I occasionally hang out with these people. I'm not super close to anyone. I don't feel like I have like a close-knit friend group that I can call at 3 a.m. if I was in trouble or something like that. And I feel like that's also probably contributing to the way that I feel. I have always been someone who has had some form of close friends. I can't say that I've had a lot of friends because I haven't. And if you haven't seen my I have no friends video, I'll link it here. I think the lack of familial friends that I can trust and like authentic people has affected me in a way that I never thought would happen. When you navigate the world kind of inadvertently alone and independent because that's all you know, it's hard to break out of that mold of like, okay, I have to do all this by myself. Even as an adult and making my own decisions, I've also learned that these decisions my family have their own opinions on what I should do and what I should not do. And that has also kind of like put a wedge in the relationship I've had with certain family members. And this is just my personal feeling. It could be wrong, you know, but that's just how I'm feeling. Sometimes I feel like I'm not being treated like an adult. I know that I'm young, but I'm not that young. I am, oh, whatever. I just know that I have built up enough knowledge to make practical decisions. I do feel like the way that I'm treated by some people, and not just my family, probably just says more about them than it does about me. But you know, when you're in it, you don't think about it like that, right? Like you just react to however that person is treating you. I just feel like I'm being hit by every angle, romantically, platonically, family, and it's like, oh my God. And then I have to go to work. It's hard. It's really hard. I appreciate everybody that like reaches out to me genuinely though. I do. When it comes to being depressed and being a typically ambitious person, a very self-driven person, it could feel like your head is being held underwater, but then your feet is on dry land. It's like, wait, I can move, but I can't move. I don't know what to do. I've been taking it one day at a time. I wish I could give you guys the same advice, but sometimes that didn't work. For weeks and weeks and weeks, I was in bed, right? And I was just like, I don't know how to get out of here. I did feel like I was in some type of golden cage or like a prison that the door was not locked or anything. I was just in it. And sometimes I return there and I don't really get it. And then that's when I realized, wait a minute, I think I might be depressed. Then on the other hand, I've had weeks where I would adhere to my schedule. I would get up when I said I'm going to get up. I would go to the gym when I said I was going to go to the gym. I would do everything at work just seamlessly, and I would hang out with people. I would go out to eat. I would do things I actually enjoy. I really enjoy getting dressed up and putting my hair and makeup on and, you know, living life how we're supposed to. And then sometimes I would just feel like I don't know what I'm doing, just like this video. I I don't know. I just know I have to keep going, and so do you. I just know that I have to persevere despite what it looks like and despite how I feel, because future me and future you would want us to keep going. Bad times don't last always. I know there is depression in the form of like being clinically diagnosed. I can't speak on that because I'm not clinically diagnosed depressed, but I just know the symptoms when I feel them, and I also just know the patterns when I see them. There were also days where I would be so lazy when it came to showering and just basic hygiene. I would just be like, all right, one more hour and then I'm gonna get up. Or, oh, I'm gonna postpone the showering for like a couple more hours, knowing I have to get up, knowing I have somewhere to go, knowing I have to wash my skin. I wish I could be sitting here and telling you that it gets better, but I honestly don't know. It gets better sometimes. I think once you're just out of whatever you're going through, it will just no longer feel like a roller coaster. But so far, the best thing that I have learned that has helped this journey is learning discipline. The way that I've helped myself learn discipline is creating habits to get to my goals. For example, getting up at 6 a.m. Super, super, super difficult for me. I don't care how much sleep I get. Getting up that early in the bed that I have, very comfy bed. Ugh. I've decided that I have to put my phone somewhere so far away that I have to physically get up to turn it off. So from that point, I have an option. You're either going to go back in bed or you're going to start your day. That was the habit that I created for my goal. For example, going to the gym. I decided, okay, I think I need cuter gym clothes. I need to feel good going to the gym. So I went and bought new clothes and I went to the gym. At some point, I was going to the gym every single day. I don't go to the gym every single day now because I learned you're supposed to let your muscles rest a little to gain that muscle. So, you know, whatever. I had to find a way to entice myself to get to my goal. So the habit I did was I bought new clothes and I bought new equipment. I have so much gym equipment now. And these are just examples that I've done. I'm sure there are other things or ways that you can create a better discipline for yourself. It definitely depends on what you want to accomplish and what you want to achieve outside of your depression. Because at the end of the day, there are so many people walking around with depression and we don't know. They're still going to work. They're still smiling in your face. They're still eating, drinking, sleeping, doing whatever we have to do as people in the human experience. So it's just like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it too. I just have to navigate it in the way that's best for me. And I'm not saying whatever they're doing is healthy. I'm not saying what I'm doing is super ideal, but I just know there has to be a change that has to be done, because if you're watching this video, you want to change. You don't want to be depressed and ambitious at the same time. Feels like an oxymoron, because it is. It feels like, wow, okay, I want to achieve so much, but I also don't want to do anything. That doesn't compute. The universe doesn't respond to that. You have to really tap into your energy and figure out how to transmute it from wherever you are to where you want to be. And that's just really the only difference between the present, the past, and the future. But I'm not going to get too much into that. Definitely don't feel rushed to figure it out all in one day. It's literally been 6 months for me. Out of the 6 months, I would say about 2 or 3 of those months were spent in bed and spent in the dark. I wouldn't even open up a blind and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's okay and it's good. And honestly, I don't know if it's controversial to say, I feel like going through that has made me a better person. And even though I'm not 100% healed from my depression, I definitely feel a lot better navigating it and understanding what to do when I am that low. Right now, I don't feel that low, clearly because I'm making a video, right? And I'm able to get it out to you guys in a timely manner, and I'm uploading it in a timely manner. In the past, would take months to upload a video. As you guys can see on my channel, it will jump from 1 month to 2 months to 3 months, etc. And I don't know. I just want you to know that it is a marathon, not a race, and we are all not a monolith, and it's okay to not be okay. But just be prepared to transform once you figure it all out. In the words of Kerry Washington, you have to pray to catch the bus and then run as fast as you can. You can't pray and then kind of stroll down the street. But if you missed that bus, it wasn't your bus. All the opportunities that you missed when you're depressed, it wasn't your opportunity. All the things that felt like it was falling apart because you were depressed, it wasn't for you. If we're gonna be real, everything happens for a reason. So if you feel like, oh my God, my life is so bad because of my depression and I really want to get out of it, try to change your mindset about it and be like, okay, this depression is teaching me how I could be more resilient in this moment, and it will just change everything. And some days I would just cry and cry and cry and just be talking to myself and haven't had any human interaction for like 3 days and just feeling crazy. But if none of that ever happened, I wouldn't feel as powerful and as strong as I do right now. I can be as diligent as I can be and still achieve things, still accomplish a lot. I don't know why I just feel really choked up right now, because it's just like, we just take so much for granted being healthy and confident and aware. It's just a really hard journey, and I just know that it's not even close to being over necessarily, but it's definitely turning into a different direction from this point forward. Don't beat yourself up if you know, fall down. I have fell down so many times this past couple of months. I would like kind of beat myself up about it, and I would just be like, why are you doing this? You were just fine and now you can't do it. Like, now you're canceling plans, you're feeling scared, you're feeling insecure, you're feeling all these things. Why? Just don't even question it sometimes. Like, you can really rest. You can really just navigate in a way that honors yourself and also gives yourself grace, because that is very, very important. Oh my God, before I start blubbering, I'm gonna go. I just want to leave you guys with, I believe in you the way that you can believe in yourself. Don't take no for an answer. If it's no, it just means not now. And put your phone on the opposite side of the room. I'm kidding. You can achieve everything you want in this life. Literally everything. This is not a stop. This is just an interruption, but you have not stopped. You still woke up and you're still breathing today. You're still a person that is capable of all the things you've ever desired. Tap into that. Your future is on the other side of all of this. Just keep going. If you like this video and want to see more videos, like, comment, subscribe, and comment below any videos you would like to see, any questions you have, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.